both Congress and the courts have lost authority over the decades, it is this body, the Congress, that has lost the most in this rise of a type of Uber presidency. The president's pledge to effectively govern alone is alarming. And what is most alarming is his ability to fulfill that pledge. When a president can govern alone, he can become a government unto himself, which is precisely the danger the framers sought to avoid. He has said that he's going to resolve the division with Congress by ordering changes on his own terms as a majority of one. That's what makes it dangerous. It does not matter one iota if every president has violated the Constitution. That history doesn't make it anything less than a violation. Now, for those that remain silent in the face of this is not going to be our last president. What we're seeing increasingly is not just, in this case, a president pledging to go it alone, but in fact a president who can go it alone. The implications of that are significant. It turns this body into something that's discretionary.
Joining us now, Jonathan Turley, the lead witness today in that testimony on Capitol Hill. He is a constitutional attorney and professor at the George Washington University Law School. Professor Turley, good to see you tonight. It sounded dire listening to you today. I mean, put it in terms people can understand. Why? What is it President Obama is doing that you think makes him such a threat?
Well, the interesting thing is he's not doing it alone. He's arguing that if Congress is not going to act, then he's going to act, and he has been acting. Now, the court just ruled against him 9-0 on one of those actions. But what it represents is a change in our system. It represents an emerging dominant presidency. This trend's been going on for some time. But what's different now is that Congress has long been passive. And today you heard many members arguing not only that the president should be allowed to act unilaterally, but that the courts should block Congress from bringing these issues for judicial review. And it's moved now from a sense of self-loathing to a real self-destructive attitude among some members. As you know, the president in the State of the Union pledged that he would circumvent Congress, and half the members applauded wildly.
They did.
And it just left it, to me, a rather baffling moment. President was saying he was going to make them practically irrelevant, and half of the chamber erupted in applause.
You know, he has come out and said, the administration says, look, the executive branch has grown. We have administrative agencies that we need to administer the big government policies that the American people twice voted for when they put Barack Obama in the presidency. And moreover, they say, the president himself said this a week ago, he says, I've signed fewer executive orders than President Bush or any president in the past 100 years. Why are they giving me such a hard time?
Well, first of all, that last argument came up in my last testimony before the House Judiciary Committee a few months ago. And even the witness supporting the White House agreed with me that counting executive orders is a silly business. It has no relevance at all. You could have a single executive order that guts the government, or you could have 1,000 that do nothing. You can't look at the number of executive orders. This president did not start this trend. But when you look at the actions he's taken, they have gotten to a very dangerous point. He is arguing that even after asking for things and Congress refusing, he could do those very same acts. He can order those very same changes on his sole authority. That's what's different. That is, a new model of government is emerging. Now, that model is the very model that the framers told us to reject. It is the idea of a single person who says, I can get it done alone. Now, before we embrace that model, we need to have a serious national debate. In my view, the matter needs to get to the courts.
Professor Jonathan Turley, thanks for being here.
Thank you, Megan.